Hello everyone, I'm Val the Squirrel. Welcome to my treehouse. Today we're going to talk about Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is a first-person shooter slash MMORPG made by Bungie, a studio that once made a famous sci-fi game series that nobody remembers or cares about anymore. You run around fighting aliens, robots, and monsters across the solar system while wearing totally sweet-looking armor. You can choose from 3 different classes: the Space Wizard, the Spartan, or Kylo Ren. The Space Wizard can shoot fireballs and heal itself, the Spartan makes shields and throws hammers, and Kylo Ren does a cute little hop and dies horribly. You basically just fight hordes after hordes of enemies so you can level up and get better loot. Better loot and levels lets you fight stronger enemies, which give you more levels and loot so you can fight even stronger enemies so you can get even better loot. That's pretty much the whole game. The enemies aren't particularly threatening since they more or less just stand or walk around, shooting at you and teleporting once in a while. There are 5 different factions of enemies to fight against, but aside from looking a little bit different from each other, they act pretty much the same way. It makes you wonder why they didn't just lump all the enemy types to a single force like the Covenant, but whatever, I guess. There's a story in the game, which is a sequel to the first game, which I didn't bother to finish because it was so boring. It's about a bunch of people who worship a giant ball that gives them superpowers, who are then brutalized by mole rat people in spacesuits who kidnap the giant ball and take their powers away. You, the player, have to get your powers back so you can save the giant ball so everyone else gets their powers back and have a huge dance party. It's not exactly Oscar bait, but it gets the job done. The main thing that bugs me about it is how often characters will just talk at you instead of doing anything to actually help you in battle. It's hard to believe that these guys are badasses if they don't actually do anything badass. Even the villain just rambles on in boring cutscenes instead of harassing you constantly like any good villain does. You could take a lesson from Bowser or Dr. Eggman, gal. There's an arena mode where you can fight other players, but I didn't bother with it because some of the weapons in the game are ridiculously overpowered. Most battles degenerate into everyone whipping out their supers halfway through the match and shooting rockets into each other's faces when not jumping around like they're on crack. Raids are a little better, but some of them are almost impossible because of super strict time limits or Bungie's arrogant assumption that you have 5 other friends who play Destiny 2 full time. Newsflash, I don't. Also, there are microtransactions. Thankfully, they're pretty benign, mostly just letting players buy fancy new skins or stupid-looking dances for real money. As far as I know, there's no pay to win here unless you count doing the can-can at everybody as beating them. Still, despite all its faults, I can't get enough of Destiny 2. The shooting feels good, the armor looks freaking sweet, and there are explosions and awesome vistas every 5 seconds. It's also the only game I know where everyone breaks out into a dance party after beating a boss. If you just want to turn your brain off and fight bad guys after a long day of work, you can't go wrong with Destiny 2. I give it 3.5 acorns out of 5. Thanks for watching! Please like and subscribe and let me know if there are other games you want me to review or talk about in the comments section. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!